like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. So y'all smash the like button as y'all come on here, share and subscribe. Today I will be putting out a lot of content. So y'all make sure that you guys are tapped into this channel, man. And shout out to Camellia with the $100 donation to the Cash App last night, I should say. I appreciate you. And Jules, salute to you with the donation to the Cash App as well. You came through with a 20 spot. And I salute everybody who always support my channel and support what I do. First of all, I want to start this video by cooking a bum that came in the chat last night running his mouth. Now, I did a video last night. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. It was a video about LeBron James and a player named Quincy Olivari. Now, I basically talked about how, LeBron James, did this player dirty, basically, in my opinion, because they propped it up LeBron's bum son, Bronny James. And while the player Quincy Olivari clearly earned a guaranteed roster spot over Bronny James, they gave Bronny James that spot because he was the son of LeBron James, not because he earned it. And so I thought it was just a disgusting thing to do. And then they basically held his rights so he couldn't, they controlled him last year. And now this year he signed with the Detroit Pistons and he's able to move on with his career and try to do something great. After Steph Curry came and helped him out and put him down on the sponsorship deal after he saw what happened with Quincy Olivari in the preseason and what happened last year. Now, somebody came in my comment section, some guy coming in running his mouth, just talking disrespectful, and tried to check me saying, well, Quincy was that great ticket. Why did no other team sign him? No other team signed him, you damn fool, because the Los Angeles Lakers had his rights and no other team could sign him. Jabroni. Don't, look, stop trying to come in here and come on my channel, come and be. You're going to get ethered and cooked every time. I told y'all, I'm not new to this shit. I'm true to this shit. The man was on an Exhibit 10 contract. The Lakers transferred him over to a two-way deal. When you transfer a player over to a two-way deal, you hold their rights. So basically, the Lakers can bury you without another team being able to sign you. That's why no other team signed Quincy Olivari last year, you big dummy. Y'all dudes, if you don't know nothing about basketball, if you don't know nothing about contracts, don't come in here talking to me, man. He was on a two-way deal, which means the Lakers had him with their G League affiliate, and they controlled him to where they could pull him up at any time and send him down. They could do whatever they want to do, because no other NBA team touched that kid. And don't try to make another account and apologize like y'all always do. Stay blocked. Because you come in here playing games with me, and I'm going to stir-fry your ass. Now, to the bishop. Bishop Larry Gators, who's an outspoken evangelical bishop, has came out absolutely steaming on LeBron Ramon James, right? Now, he's basically cast a shadow of doubt over LeBron James' twilight years. He's made allegations of deep involvement. Shout out to my brother Kwame Brown in the build. I know he's going to talk about it today. And salute to Kwame. Because I talked about this last night. To all the brothers and sisters, Sports T, Kwame Brown, 7-8, 2 Raw, all the other brothers and sisters, James, everybody, Herm, everybody who made videos about this. A lot of people supported Quincy Olivari last year. And they try to bury that dude. And when you got a guy like Kwame Brown who understands how the system works, he can explain it the best because the man lived the life. And I told y'all, it's a lot of players that's like that. It's a lot of players that get buried like that, and y'all don't never get to see those players. Y'all never get to hear about those stories about how players get screwed over. That's why when I told y'all about the situation with Kwame Brown, because see, it's easy for all of us to listen to a nigga like Stephen A. Smith and say, oh, yeah, man, Kwame was a bust. Kwame was a clown. But when Kwame came on YouTube and spoke about his situation, this shit made so much sense. I had to sit back and be like, damn, I ain't even think about the way he put it out there. But if you listen to guys like Stephen A. Smith who don't give you the full perspective, y'all see how this thing goes all the time. This boy Quincy Olivari would have got the ultimate screw job if we wasn't paying so much attention to the Lakers and because of what they was doing with Bronny James, which is why I don't believe in nepotism in sports. Because in sports, your competitive balance, your skills, and how good you are supposed to be the determining factor on who makes it and who don't make it. That boy outplayed Bronny James. And they did that boy dirty, man. And I will never forget that. And I'm so happy that the Detroit Pistons signed. And then the dude tried to come in my comment section last night because I was talking about how the Lakers been doing cats dirty, how they had Scottie Pippen's son have to go play with a nigga and Malik Beasley who has sex with his mama. While Scottie got to go watch the games. Make it make sense. You put this dude on the team. You have another dude on the team that slept with this man's mother. Just nasty, disgusting work, bro. And you cause a dynamic to where anytime them two dudes go on the road, they gonna eat them dudes that they ate them dudes up about that shit, man. And then they gonna come my comment section yesterday. Oh, a ticket. Well, since you talking all that shit, Malik Beasley plays for the Detroit Pistons. No, he don't, asshole light. He played for him last year. He don't play for him no more this year. Malik Beasley had a situation this past summer where he was being investigated by the feds over the NBA gambling issues. Now, the feds cleared him, but the NBA is still investigating him. That hurt his job because he was a free agent looking for a new contract with the Detroit Pistons. That hurt his job, fool. Therefore, the Pistons did not sign him. They went and signed another guard. So he lost his job. I don't even think he's still signed yet. Learn basketball before you come up here running your mouth. And then that has nothing to do with Scottie Pippen Jr. because Scottie Pippen Jr. is playing with the Memphis Grizzlies, you idiot. Quincy Olivari had no type of relation with Malik Beasley, but this is what y'all do when y'all want to hate, and I'm gonna stir fry you niggas every single time. But back to what I was saying about this before I get to the Bishop. So you know, and see, you got to be able to be in the game and play it to understand this type of shit that we talking about. See, I hate when guys go like, when Kwame say stuff and give y'all nuggets about the game, people go try and troll. Y'all niggas ain't never been at that level. You don't understand what's going on. It's a lot of shit going on, bro. Cap. I'm talking about capping shit. I'm talking about under the table, dirty, yellow tactics. Like they did Darvin Ham, ran him out of there, and the man doing his damn job, got to the Western Conference Finals, ran his ass out of there, and put a dude in there with no experience in J.J. Redick. Why? So he can groom Bron's son, Bronny. He was going to do everything Bron wanted him to do, regardless of who is screwed out of the opportunity. And you had young dudes like this who would have been buried. If this is any other situation, we wasn't paying attention. Nobody would have paid attention to how Quincy Olivari got that dirty. He's just one of many examples. But that's why I told y'all, when all the big dogs, when everybody came out on YouTube and was talking about this shit, and it went viral. When we talked about this online on YouTube, it went viral around the basketball world. That's why the Lakers had to keep this dude. That's why the Lakers, he was on an Exhibit 10 contract. They had to change him to a two-way contract because of us. Which means that we're going to put him on the roster, but he's going to be non-guaranteed, but we control him. We can bring him up, throw him down to the G League whenever we want. We can hide him. We can do whatever we want to do with him. Period. And that's what they did. They destroyed that young fella last year. And they did it all because of Bronny James. Absolutely disgusting. And this type of stuff, like I said, it happens all the time. And different teams, different ways, different forms, but you don't see it. This is just one of the examples you got to see. But let's get to the bishop, because this thing got surgical with the bishop. Bishop Larry Gaines. He's come out now, and the bishop has gone in on LeBron James. He's alleged deep involvement in shadowy elite circles and predicts a horrifying personal cost upon LeBron James' inevitable retirement. Now, the bishop, who's a Florida-based pastor, known for his fiery prophecies, claims to have exposed LeBron James as a pawn in a millennial-old system of occult pacts and blood sacrifices. Now, as whispers of LeBron James hanging up his sneakers grow louder, Bishop Gator's words have ignited a firestorm online lately, blending faith, conspiracy, and celebrity intrigue. Now, let's get to it, right? Bishop has went in on rappers like Jay-Z in the past, and he's talked about deep state things, and now he's talking about LeBron James. I want to read, and I want to play to you what he said, right? So according to Bishop Gaiters, he says that LeBron James didn't achieve his greatness through his sheer talent. Instead, Bishop Gaiters alleges that LeBron James pledged allegiance to a clandestine organizations that demand loyalty and extract a steep price. Now, central to the claims is James' purported membership to the Sigma Phi or the Sigma Pi Phi fraternity, known to, I guess, some as, or what the pastor or the bishop explained as the Boule. Now, an elite network founded in 1904 for prominent black professionals. Now, Bishop Gaiters, he pointed to a tattoo on LeBron James' chest, a Greek-inspired symbol, as irrefutable proof of this initiation. Now, he says LeBron James has that bow tattoo on his chest. Now, the bishop said this in a sermon. He further asserts that LeBron James is a Prince Hall Freemason, tying him to a web of Masonic rituals that, in Bishop Gator's view, echo ancient Egyptian pharaonic cults. Now, these groups, the bishop argues, buck break rising stars, forcing them into, humiliation acts and hidden oaths. Now, Bishop Gaiters basically suggested, that LeBron James philanthropy via his I Promise School and the LeBron James Family Foundation is a facade for deeper agendas. Now, he draws parallels to the music industry, where he claims artists like Kobe Bryant paid the ultimate price for defying the system, right? As for James, the bishop says that the exposure is timely. As LeBron James edges towards retirement, the veil is lifting up on the deals that fueled his throne, right? The bishop says that the deep state will collect via a ritualistic sacrifice. The bishop says, and I quote, his number will be called. His voice rising in the packed sanctuary. He specifies the victims. He says LeBron James himself. He called out LeBron James' wife, Savannah. He called out his daughter and one of his sons. Now, he says somebody has to be sacrificed because we allowed you, LeBron, to pass Kareem. We need someone to be liquidated. Now, I want to play what the bishop had to say because he could say it better than what I said, and everybody is going crazy about this online the last 24 to 48 hours. And so I want to play what he said right here. Let's get to it. No, I don't need your money.
I don't want to be controlled.
I don't want to be controlled.
But you want an Oscar.
You want to know? That's it. You see? And now you got this counterfeit like LeBron James who has that Boule logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boule tattooed on his chest.
What's the tattoo?
Yeah, the Boule tattoo. If you go to Google Images and type in LeBron James chest tattoo, LeBron James chest tattoo, or that Boule, B-O-U-L'-E, tattooed on the chest of LeBron James. Half male, half female, half lion with breast, with his right paw on an urn. You are here to keep the ashes of.
You're actually right.
That's it, you see? So LeBron James is a Prince Hall Mason, has that Boule tattooed on his chest. It's amazing, you know? And so, and I'm going to say this. When LeBron retires. Now, I want y'all to hear this part because this is what he is, I guess, claiming that he is prophesizing that's going to happen with LeBron James, right? Now, this is to whom it may concern, but this is what he's saying that's making the entire internet go crazy right now. Mason has that Boule tattooed on his chest. It's amazing, you know? And so, and I'm going to say this. When LeBron retires, his number would be called 2, okay? This is how the deep state, he thinks that he's just going to retire, and that's why he doesn't want to retire. And so that tattoo is tattooed on LeBron's chest. You know the former NBA player, Dwayne Wade?
Correct. Oh, he's messed up.
Yeah, messed up. His son, Zion, is now called Zion. Okay, this is how these black folk do, not just black people, but people within the system. To go to the next level, you have to sacrifice something. This goes back thousands of years during the time of the pharaohs. If a man wanted to have access to Pharaoh, he had to sleep with a male magician. If a woman wanted to have access to Pharaoh, she had to sleep with a female magician. If a parent wanted their child to see Pharaoh, that child had to sleep with a male or female magician. Nothing is so. Now, he goes on. And now when he goes on with his claims, this gets crazy. And I'm talking about he goes in. Let's go. I'm James. Let me tell you something about LeBron. We're talking about Antarctica, the Celtic Fallen Angels. No other team in the NBA wants him. His time is up. I can't wait to see these shorts. His time is up. No team wants him. He's got one more year. And when he retires, his number would be called to either him, his wife, his daughter, or one of his sons. Somebody has to be sacrificed because we allowed you, LeBron, to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm telling you how these deep state devils think. They want blood. Okay? We gave you what you want. You're the greatest scorer in NBA history. We need someone to be liquidated. His number will be called. And you got a lot of listeners. Oh, you're saying he's going to die like, I'm not saying he's going to die like Kobe. Something's about to come up. Be called. You see, anyone on that, especially the rappers, we talked about this the first time I was on your power show. To go higher into the rap industry, you have to be like you say in humiliation, okay? And so they're butt broken. That's the system. And if you don't want to give in, they're trying to destroy you. But LeBron James, so let me say this and we're going to end it here today. LeBron James' days are numbered. His days are numbered. That's crazy, bro. Man. And I mean, you know, some of y'all get real deep into this stuff, man. And so, you know, you've heard whispers, people saying things like these. Me personally, I don't know how deep LeBron is into this stuff. You hear a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? But this sounds crazy, man. I mean, this sounds like he, you know, I've always wondered why LeBron James didn't go ahead and just retire. I wonder why LeBron James didn't just retire. You know what I'm saying? You said pay some bills? Okay, big shout out to my nigga Gene Deal.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? So how the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing is going to give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons got caught up in the Diddy party.
LeBron said that, but yeah, you might be right. You know, it sounds like
These people were at this party at one time. LeBron James was always saying, "Hey, Diddy party there's no party like a Diddy party." So,
I mean, wait, because I've been reading about that too. Do we really think LeBron James went to some of
oh
those
yeah,
cookouts?
he was at those parties. From what we know, he was definitely at those parties.
So these are the things that have been stated about LeBron James. And many more. And that was a police officer who stated that. That was an undercover hip hop police officer from the New York Police Department who said that last statement. Him and then Gene Deal, former bodyguard for Sean P. Diddy Combs. And so when you think about all of this, man, and think about all these things that are being said and being stated, you know, and you have a lot of people questioning, why does this guy keep playing? Why won't he just hang it up and let the other guys have their shine and keep playing? You know. Now, I will say this. The one thing I disagree with the Bishop said is that no team wants LeBron. I believe that the Dallas Mavericks do want LeBron James. I believe they just don't want him at the price he's at right now. I believe they do want him, but just not at the price he's at. And LeBron James, in my opinion, is not going to retire after this year. And I think the way it's going to go down is that the Lakers are not playing well going into All-Star break. LeBron James will probably force a trade to the Dallas Mavs, especially if the Mavs are looking like a team that's, you know, borderline, boom, we need to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at a couple teams like that. You know, the Clippers would have been one of the teams, but they got too much stuff going on with Kawhi Leonard, so I don't even see them getting involved in that, period, at this point. Now, that's all off the table for them, you know. The Cavs could potentially be a team. So those are teams you would look at the trade deadline. If things ain't going well, you might see LeBron try to cap out and get to one of those other teams. So, again, you know what I'm saying? To the person who says now the Bishop is an NBA expert, no, the Bishop hasn't talked about basketball. He's not talking about skills on the court. But the Bishop did say something that made a lot of sense. The Bishop said for people who are getting to the highest levels in the industry, you understand what I'm saying? And see, this is why I tell you guys, like, guys who've been in that, like Kwame Brown's been in the league, these guys can tell y'all more because they seen a lot of stuff up close. They understand how like Kwame always said this, these niggas running groups. bro, y'all don't understand how real that statement was. He said these dudes running groups. Period. When you just think about that statement, that's one statement that Kwame Brown made that always stuck with me. He said these weak weasels running groups. And what do they call a group? He said they call it the go along, get along game. Right? And so the Bishop said, hey, man, to get to that highest level, right? To get to that highest level, it ain't just the Bishop. But if you think about all of these things across the board with the people in the entertainment industry, the music industry, the highest levels, listen to the shit that Mr. Winning is running around here pushing lately. Yeah. Did you hear what he's talking about? Do you hear what he's out here putting out here in the forefront? Winning. Oh yeah. Go listen to what he's talking about. He talking about certain types of relationships he's had, right? All these other disgraceful, disgusting things that he has described. Yeah. Any smoke for him, though? Any real smoke for him? He go in circles and places and get praised. That's why I tell y'all, man. Right? Oh yeah, we talking about Charlie Sheen. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Derek Edwards. Charlie Sheen. Yeah. Go listen to his recent interviews and the things he's saying about what he did with certain men. I'm just trying to tell y'all. And look how big Charlie Sheen's career got. Right? Look at one of the most talented people that we've ever seen in the acting industry. Listen to what he said. Listen to one of the most talented comedians that we've ever heard of in Cat Williams. Listen to what he said. These guys will tell y'all. And why didn't they get to the highest level that they're supposed to get to? Let's just be honest. Terrence Howard's talent, he should have been at the top of the level. Right? Go back to Kirk Burroughs, who used to be the president of Bad Boy Records. Go read the allegations he had in his lawsuit about how a certain man that wore shiny suits, allegedly, he accused this man of making him give him BJs and all kind of nasty things. Remember Terrence Howard said this?
A short life in
Why do you think that is with the creative side?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, you know, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principle. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I'm playing the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Like, share, subscribe. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Salute to everybody who support my channel, man. Much love to all of y'all. We standing on business, man. All right, y'all. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.